Okay, now I haven't removed the harmonic balancer just yet. What I've done is I started rotating the crank in order to align the cam marks. Now if you look over here, somebody's already done this for me, like it's the previous job. The eye on the left side cam is pretty much vertical. I already put a little dab of paint right there. The E is more or less vertical as well. I just need to remember that. And also there are some other markings over here to make sure these line up. You can see the I goes to I. The E pretty much goes to E right there. Now down, once I remove this, the balancer, there should also be another marking down in here that should line up. Okay, now before I remove any of the tensioners, I'm going to do a little trick that was mentioned on Miata.net, where basically you take a set of crescent wrenches, and there are, you can see it right here, on the cams, there are some flat spots where you can attach a crescent wrench, and you do the same on the intake cam and the exhaust cam. And then take a C-clamp, like one of these, and basically you're going to hold it, you're going to clamp it right here and lock the cams in place. Okay, now I've slackened the cam bolts over here. I'm not going to remove them just yet. I just wanted to loosen them up. And I also loosened the tensioner pulleys over here. Now, if you can see it, there's a spring right here. I need to probably use some needle nose pliers and wrestle that off before I can get this tensioner to move all the way back, which will give me enough slack to remove the belt. Okay, so I removed the tensioners and the idler pulley, and just to make sure I got everything in place, I went ahead and went off of this mark over here, counted across to my other mark, come out to 19 teeth on the belt. That way when I get to the new belt, I can match them up and mark the new belt as well. Okay, well, I've removed the belt. Now I'm going to remove the cam pulleys and these 6 bolts over here, which should give me access to the water pump. Okay, just a quick note. Make sure to mark your cams so that way you don't confuse them. I put an E on the left side over here just to make sure that it'll go back on the same side. And also, as you can tell, there's 2 slots right here. Go ahead and mark, which one it's gonna, this notch sits in, just to be sure. Okay, well, I got the rear flange off, so now I can take a better look at the seals, and they're actually in good shape. There's no leaking on here. They aren't gouged or messed up. So I think I'm going to leave these alone. Now I'm just going to focus on removing the water pump. There's a bolt here, just like another one down here, this one, and that one. Just a quick addendum. In order to get the water pump off, I've removed all the bolts, but there's a little flange right here for the thermostat body. I need to take the thermostat off as well as these 2 bolts. that should pop off, and then I should be able to pop off the water pump. Okay, well, I removed all the bolts, and actually I forgot to, they're over here. They're the water pump inlet. There's one up here, one over here, kind of tricky, and kind of dangerous too. I mean, this is like 10th pair of gloves that I've gone through. There's a lot of sharp edges around it. So anyway, remove this. Now, the new water pump I got came with all new gaskets. So now I can finally start assembling everything. And but before I do, I need to clean the surface right here using a razor blade or a wire brush. Probably a wire brush to get all that junk off. And the same for the surface over here.